Good morning, it's Leanne Peters here. I'm from templeofbalance.com.au, Temple of Balance on Facebook and Temple of Balance on YouTube. And I'm here to pull some cards and share some guidance for the next 3 days. So I trust that this video finds you well. I want to send out a big extra special welcome to my Temple of Balance patrons, my Pillar of Light members, and all of those of you who support my work through my website. Thank you so much for your support. And since my last video, I can do a shout out to Karen, who purchased on our website. So thank you so much, Karen. And I appreciate your support. I'm coming to you live now from Tasmania, Australia, where it is Monday, the 26th of August. And the time is 9:09 a.m. Nice. So that's that. So if you're new to watching, welcome. What I'm going to be doing is using my Oracle cards that I created. I've got 2 decks combined. We've got the Speed of Light Oracle and the Animal Kingdom Oracle cards. And I'll be using this combined deck of 110 cards to find the best cards that the majority of us need for Monday, Tuesday and Wednesday. I'm not pulling cards for individuals. This is general guidance for everyone. So I do trust 100% that you've been led here for a reason. I trust that something shared supports you at this time. And I trust that you will let go of the things that just don't resonate with you. And let's just see what happens. Think of this as a guide only, and let's allow ourselves to be surprised, because if we're surprised, it means we're open to whatever the guidance needs to be, instead of having expectations and we're trying to put things into a box and have things be just the way we want them to be. So being surprised means we don't have expectations attached to these sorts of things or to life itself. So that's that. Good morning, Rhonda. It seems like ages since I've been here, and it's only been 4 days. But so much has happened in the last 4 days. So I don't know if you heard the news, but I have officially now announced our new venture that has been in the works for many, many months. And now I have spilled the beans. So my husband, Corey, and we are opening a gallery and gift shop, an art hub in our town, in one of the prominent buildings with great shop front windows. And it's actually very large. So I'll be taking most of my studio down there. I say most of because I won't be glazing down there. And there will probably be a couple of more smelly things that I do, like china painting, that I won't be doing down there either, unless I want to stink the place out with gum turpentine. So things like that will continue happening in my studio at home. But I will take most of my creating things. So I'll be sculpting and painting and drawing and spirit guide drawing and things like that down in our new gallery art hub. So we've got 3 months till we open in November, but it's called Harmony on High Street, and it will be in Campbelltown, Tasmania. So have a look I've opened a Facebook page called Harmony on High Street, if you'd like to follow that, just in case you're in Tassie some stage, because we're right in the middle of Tassie where the highway is, that you drive north and south through Campbelltown. So maybe at some point in the future, in the next year or so, you might be in Tasmania and you can come and visit. And I do want to I will have Temple of Balance services there available, so people can finally come and have an intuitive healing session. I'm even doing or offering soul readings, at least for now. I'm very particular about who I do a soul reading for, because most people want sort of more psychic mediumship readings, which are not readings that I'm interested in doing. So I'm interested in what I call soul readings, which is connecting with your soul and your energy and seeing what comes up or what guidance that you need through that. I will be doing spirit guide drawings. And most of our Temple of Balance 20th birthday events will be down at our gallery and art hub, Harmony on High Street. So it's very exciting, and is keeping me very busy, as you could imagine. So let's pull some cards and see what we need to know for the next few days. We'll do just a quick hello here as well. Good morning, Rhonda and Laurie and Carol. Thank you, Laurie. And Rhonda, thank you so much. See how you go. Shelley, hello from Colorado. And Priscilla's here from Spain. Renee, hello, Renee. It's lovely to see you. And Karen's here. And Shell, welcome, everyone. Okay, thank you so much. Let's now look for the best card that the majority of us need for Monday, the 26th of August. That's Monday, the 26th of August, 2024. And the best card for the majority of us for Monday is this. Actually, before I look at this card, I just also want to just do a little, reflection on the last few days since the last video, which was on Thursday. Seems like so long ago. So much has shifted in the last few days. And what I recall from that video is there is a lot of new energy coming in, a lot of movement, a lot of potential abundance coming in as well. So support, good things, good flow, that sort of energy. I do feel this still present, so I'm very interested to see if the cards align with that too. So for Monday, we have Speed of Light Oracle card. We've got the Expression card, card 31. And it says communication, no it doesn't. It says communication, listen, share, deliver, and trust. So this is about communicating, but it's not just limited to verbal communication or listening, which are obviously very important and are included here. But not just that. This is about expression. This is about getting energy moving. It's about working with the flow of things. So if we've been feeling perhaps a bit of a revival in the last few days, especially after coming out of quite a heavy, deep, dark, shadowy kind of, quite an interesting time that we've just sort of moved out of, just in the middle of, or the end of last week, we might find that this sort of new surge, it's like a, maybe like a, if we had like a cold in our life, if the weather was cold, and then there was like this warm front that moved in, and this warm front just brought a bit of life with it, a bit of warmth, a bit of revival of sorts, refreshed things, revived us so we could feel revived with life again. Then this card is about moving with that. It's about not necessarily expressing, but we'll use that word for now. Expressing, creating, flowing, moving with this energy that's present, rather than fighting against. So this is moving things. It's like, okay, the winds are strong, the winds are warm, the winds are refreshing. So let's get out our boat and let's put up the sail and let's roll with the wind. Let's roll with the breeze of things and where we're going in our life. And this is just, metaphorically, of course, but, that sort of symbolizes, in my mind, us working with the wind, working with the flow of things, rather than trying to go against it. So trying to go against it might mean that we put on a sail and we try and walk against the wind and head on into the wind. And it uses a lot more energy. It's not as easy to move that in that direction against the flow of things. So if the winds represent where your life is going, where your life is flowing, are you flowing with it, or are you trying to walk or even swim against the stream or against the current? You will probably know because you'll probably feel exhausted, and even little things probably exhaust you if you're going against the stream, if you're going against the winds of where your life is going right now. So can you surrender your need to be in control, and can you trust in that direction that you're being pulled into? So that's the Expression card, moving with, getting energy moving with that energy. And communication, of course, is always important. So let's make sure we're listening to what we're saying and what we're feeling, and also listening to what others are saying and expressing as well, to help care for and honour and work with our communications between us and other people. So that's Monday. Now I'm looking for the best card for Tuesday, the 27th of August. So the best card for Tuesday, the 27th of August, for the majority of us is this. It's an Animal Kingdom Oracle card. And it's the Lamb. So this is fresh, new energy as well. This is springtime, and we've got a lot of lambs around here in sheepland. So there's lambs jumping and playing and being all funny and cute. This is card 36, and it says, embrace your youthful side. So there's something, again, fresh and new, something spring-like, a new beginning, a youthfulness that's coming in for Tuesday, and a playfulness. So let's work with that energy of playing. We can work with that energy of expression. Let's move with the way things, or the direction things are going in our life. Now, how do we move with it? Let's say that we don't know what that means. So if I don't know what that means, what would I then do? I would then try and be sensitive or aware of what's going on in my life. Where are things feeling like they're moving to? Where are things pointing to? Is there a commonality between things that are playing out in my life? And what's the message in that? I do work with my cards, meditate, reflect and contemplate a lot, and really think about what's playing out now in the bigger scheme or the biggest scale of my life. Am I aligned with that? Am I a part of that? Or am I watching on the sidelines and afraid to dive in? So I want to make sure, especially when energy is like this and we're moving quickly and we're flowing quickly, it's like a train. If our life was moving like a high-speed train, we want to be on the train, and then we're moving with the train. We don't want to be trying to run alongside the train, because we're not going to be able to keep up to the pace or the speed of the train, and we're just going to exhaust ourselves. So we want to make sure we're on the train. We want to make sure we're aligned with the movement of things in our life at this time. So there's a playful element coming through for Tuesday, a spring-like playfulness, maybe even a creativity, and just perhaps even this sort of skip to a step sort of feeling. Things feel to be, in general, reasonably good and uplifting. So that's the energy for Tuesday. Okay. Thanks and welcome, everyone. Let's look now for the best card for Wednesday, the 28th of August. So Wednesday, the 28th, the best card for the majority of us is... let's go with this card. It's another animal kingdom. And we have the shark. The tiger shark, card 20. And the tiger shark reminds us to open our heart. To open our heart, to trust our instincts. And there is a sensitivity, vulnerability feeling with this card. The shark here in this illustration, it's exposing its most vulnerable side, its underbelly. So we might find ourselves feeling maybe a little bit, maybe a lot, vulnerable or sensitive on Wednesday. Maybe our instincts, maybe that sensitivity is trying to tell us something. Maybe something doesn't smell quite right in our life, and we might be further investigating that, or further clearing things, or tightening up our boundaries to make sure that things are on track and that we're moving with the currents and the winds and the train, and however, whatever visual resonates with you, movement of our life. So we might feel something shaky, something may shake or stir us up a little bit on Wednesday, or maybe a lot. And it's probably something that sits quite close to our hearts. So it could be something that we take personally, something that is personal. So can we work with this sensitivity to strengthen ourselves, perhaps secure our boundaries or tighten our boundaries a little more, to thicken our skin, because everything that happens like that, personal things of attack that aren't true, that we realise aren't true, helps thicken our skin, and that's not necessarily a bad thing, even though it doesn't feel that great at the time. So maybe there are things too that are happening at the moment, especially Wednesday, that are helping us get a thicker skin, to not take things so personally. That then if we take something personally, things might be going okay, and then something happens and we take it really personally, and then we drop down into the darkness again. So to help maintain our balance in life, and have a reasonably straight base level, we do need to have thick skin, because maybe we're not seeing, or maybe we're not perceiving this situation or the words that someone may say the way they really intend them to be. So we can misinterpret because we're feeling sensitive and we take it personally. So let's be careful not to do that. You know, water off a duck's back kind of attitude on Wednesday especially, and just let things go, let things flow, thicken our skin and keep going and keep trusting our instincts moving forward. And that's the shark, the tiger shark for Wednesday. So thank you so much. They're our cards. So this is good. So just a general kind of overview before we get the theme card is this strong sense of flow that's moving in now. And we've been really encouraged to make sure that we're moving with it, that we're going with the winds, we're going with the waters, we're going with the train. We're on the train is even better, so that we can work with this energy as much as we can while it lasts, because it won't always be like this. So if we feel this, if we feel this sort of movement and this sort of surge and flow, I really recommend that we work with it while we feel it. So let's get things done. Let's be productive. Let's reach out to people. We probably don't need much sleep at the moment, for example, either. So let's work with this energy and make the most of it, because it's not something that will last. It's not always going to be this fast, this sort of quick energy. So that's that. I'm going to pull a theme card in just a minute. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you have enjoyed this video, please hit the thumbs up button. Please show us some love. Please comment. Please share if you're inspired to. And if you'd prefer to connect more privately, you're very welcome to send us a message through our website. If you'd like to learn more about the cards I've used today, or my work that I do here at Temple of Balance, then please visit templeofbalance.com.au. Thank you very much. So I'm now looking for the best theme card. The theme card will help bring these days together and help us see the very important bigger picture for these 3 days in question. I think it's always important to step back and look at the bigger picture of things, which is why I pull a theme card. So the best card for the theme for the majority of us for Monday the 26th through to Wednesday the 28th of August 2024 is, let's go with this. It's a Speed of Light Oracle card, and it's this. Oh, this is interesting. It's the Shadow card. It's Shadow card 36, and it says shape-shifting, hidden, release, and raven. So it's showing that there's a theme or an overarching bigger picture supporting our release, especially releasing from the shadows, releasing from the fear, the limitations, the insecurities, the wounds that we may have been carrying through our life. So things are shifting. This is showing a shift where the light comes into the darkness. So maybe for some of us, especially thinking of this as a theme card, maybe during a bumpy period, and maybe it's been more than bumpy, maybe bumpy is a very kind perspective to look at where we've been through recently. The bumpiness, the darkness, the shadowy, the fear that we've felt is wanting to shift. So the visual I get of this is like we were driving in one of those really old cars from like the 1920s, and we were driving on gravel, a really bumpy road, and it was just all bumpy, or maybe a horse and cart or something like that. So one of the really earlier sort of vehicles or modes of transport, the road was bumpy and rough, and things were very bumpy and rough, and it took time to get places. You know, it was slow moving to get places with this sort of thing in mind. And it feels like we're shifting out of that. We're shifting out of that and into a higher speed, smoother sailing, more of a flow sort of energy. So there is a shift. We need to be willing, those of us who aren't able to easily align with it or dive into it or get on board the train that's moving at high speed, we may have to consciously let our hold go of the bumpy ride that we had before. We may need to consciously shift our fear and turn it into an opportunity. or switch our challenge into an opportunity, turn our fear into love, flick or switch or shape shift, turn our attitude around so that we can shift our vehicle, shift our mode of transport moving forward, shift the way we're interacting with the movement and the rhythm and the flow of our life. So some of us may dive into this easily and we probably will barely even notice this. And some of us probably are finding it more difficult to align with the movement of things right now. So let's release, let's let go, let's allow things to change. Let's allow ourselves to change too, because our attitude and our bad habits that we have, including our perspective, our behavior on things can be like a bad habit. That can keep us in the dark, bumpy, slow-moving places, even if the energy wants to pick up speed and momentum. So how much, if you're not feeling this movement, if you're not feeling this swiftness and this flow, how much of that is down to you? Is down to you and your perspective and your issues that you're holding on to, that you're not letting things move on. Maybe you're not letting things go from the past, so they continue to just hover around you like a big burden that you're carrying. Maybe you're carrying the weight of the world on your shoulders, or a massive amount of pressure. Do you need to be carrying that? Or can you offload that pressure? Can you offload the weight of the world and get on board the train and get moving into something new and something that aligns more with you and your heart? So I feel like this is sort of two-sided, and it's especially for those who are struggling to get into that movement and flow of things that is quite strong right now. So be willing to let go, be willing to let things change and be something different than they were before. It's up to us. So thank you very much. I trust this resonates and supports you. Have a great couple of days, and I look forward to connecting with you again soon. Take care and goodbye for now.